So since 2006, the Moose Jaw River Watershed AAGP has been able to implement over 500 projects on the ground, totaling over $4 million in project costs. Projects such as remote watering systems to improve not only wintering site management, but riparian health management and protecting ground and surface water has been substantial. We've also been able to do some fencing to protect the environment, to improve range health and wildlife biodiversity and habitat. In addition, we've focused on portable windbreaks and where to place them, and that's had significant uptake. The other thing that's been done is converting marginal land back to perennial forage, and whether it be tame or native grass, we've been able to protect those very fragile soils. And by us taking a local grassroots approach with producers, they trust us, they want to work with us. We develop that relationship, and in the end, production and environment can work together, and that's very, very important to success for farm stewardship programming.
Started seeding lots of grass with a permanent cover program in the early 90s because the land is poor enough that we didn't want to farm it anymore. Plus, that isn't really what we were doing. We started seeding a lot more natives in about mid-2000s, early 2000s. You can graze them any month of the year. That's the main thing. It's way easier to manage. There isn't a peak 2 or 3 months that has to be used, you know? And them native fields, I've had lots of them. You've probably seen some of them, Bridget, that I've turned cattle in January that never had anything in them, and they ate it right to the ground. Like it's from a management perspective, it's way better. The seed costs were $75 or $80 an acre, and I know I wouldn't have done it without programming. I'm quite sure. Well, I wouldn't have done 3,000 acres of it the first crack in 1 year without programming, that's for sure. It's hard to explain. I always figured like, and no one's gonna want to hear this, the way we always figured was the cheapest thing was the land. So we might as well just have more of it and bank grass and let it take care of us. As opposed to, it's different if you pay $2,000 an acre, then you have to make it produce, eh? And the land, this land too is so fragile out here. You know, it's poor land with poor topsoil, and it really doesn't hurt to rest it every third year or something. I know it's hard for a lot of people to afford to do though. But that's where this programming to convert to native and stuff helps. Especially, you lose basically 2 years, the year you seeded it and the following year, before you get any amount of production. And that's why you need financial assistance, because most people can't swallow that, you know, especially not on any amount of acres. It's good to have somebody local that you can talk to, because there has to be big picture, put it all together, not just running around, seed this chunk, that chunk. Yeah, and the watershed is good at helping you do that.